Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Niko Nomad and this is the step-by-step tutorial on how you can sell your photos and make thousands of dollars. You don't need to be a photographer and you don't even need a camera. If you have a phone that is decent quality, the inbuilt camera can work pretty well for you, so you don't even need to buy new equipment. Even if you don't have a good phone, you can also sell illustrations that you make on Photoshop. Only by selling stock photos, I have made over $20,000. And the reason I say this is not to brag, but just to show you that yes, it is possible to make a lot of money selling stock photos and video. So let's begin. The first step, you need to create your images. Here you might be tempted to start shooting everything that you see, an apple, flowers, travel photos. Look, no. These type of subjects that are very easy to replicate, they have so much competition. Apple photos, you have millions of photos. There is so much competition. You want to find a niche that you have access to that not many people have. You want to try out new things and see what starts selling. Once you see that one topic is starting to sell, you just replicate and you make more photos with higher quality and more numbers. You need quality and quantity. So if you can do this, you will be set for selling stock photos. But also keep in mind that it needs commercial value. This is super important. The customers that actually buy those photos, they are not interested in a pretty photo so that they can put a poster in the wall. That's not what they buy. They buy because they want to make some advertisement, some articles, maybe some media. They use photos, especially when it comes to people. Just because a photo is pretty doesn't mean that it's a success. So personally, the photos that I like the most, they sell the least. So that's how it works, because people are not interested in pretty photos. They want photos with commercial value that they can make advertisement and things that will generate revenue for them in some way. Okay, so once you created your image, the second step is you need to edit on Photoshop, and that is very important. But at the same time, you don't want to spend too much time on this. So I have three things that I like to do. The first one is increase contrast. Not too much, just a little bit, just to make it so much better. It already makes a huge difference only by increasing the contrast. And you also want to increase saturation by just a little bit. Don't make it oversaturated because it looks ridiculous. It looks completely unnatural. So saturation a little bit higher as well. And finally, you want to fix some shadows or strong highlights in your photo. Some photos you don't even need to do this. If you shoot it properly, you don't even need to fix that. But if the time of the day is not perfect, you can always fix this on Photoshop. This should take not more than 2 minutes for each photo, maybe 1 minute. Of course, you will get experience with time. And when it comes to illustrations, even if you don't know how to do illustrations on Photoshop, you can learn on YouTube. I have learned how to make this sign, for example, and I had no idea how to do it. I watched a YouTube video and voila, it's done. So you can learn a lot on YouTube. There's really no excuse. You don't even need a camera, you don't need anything. So all you need is some time and some effort to learn in the beginning, and it will make a huge difference in the end. You want to sign up in two websites. First one, Shutterstock, and the second one, Adobe Stock. Those are the biggest ones. That's all that you want to begin with. Later on, when you have more photos, you can add more agencies. But for the beginning, I think it's good to just stay with these two so you don't get too distracted and wasting time on agencies that don't really sell. Now the third step is you need to add keywords and title to your images so that people can find your image when they're searching on the customer side of the website. For the title, what I like to do is just take the best keywords, the most important ones, and just replicate in the title. It doesn't need to make sense. Most of the time it doesn't even show up for the customer. It's not really important for a customer. They're not gonna decide to buy or not just because of the title. So I'd like to put the most important keywords because it makes it easier to find on the search, so you will rank higher in the algorithm of Shutterstock and Adobe Stock. So for the keywords, you can put up to 50 keywords. I would recommend the 30 is usually the ideal. You don't want too many keywords, you don't want very few keywords as well because it will be harder to find. So make sure the keywords are relevant. If you want keyword ideas, what I recommend is you go on the customer side of the website and you type in your subject and you will find pictures that are similar to yours. So click on them and check out their keywords, because if they're ranking high on the search, you can just copy the keywords that apply to you and put in your own photos. And that way you might remember some keywords that you would not have written if you didn't do this. So that's one way to easily find new keywords that are appropriate, that are relevant to the customer. Okay, so once you put the keywords and the title inside the image, that's how I like to do it because it works on every website or most of the websites. So you don't need to copy paste on each different agency, you already have inside the photo. So that saves some time. Now the last step is you will submit your photos. So you will upload on each website. Each photo will go through a review process. So once you upload, you will submit these photos and the reviewer will take a look in each photo and see if it's good quality. If it is, they will approve your photo and in a few hours it should show up on the search engine. So you can really start selling. And here's the good thing, it's completely passive. Once the photo is there, you don't need to do anything. It will be selling for eternity or until the agency dies. Even though photos that I put like 4 years ago, they're still selling and I don't need to do anything. A great way to make passive income. If your photos are rejected, usually they give a reason why it was rejected and you can try to fix it again on Photoshop and upload it one more time to the websites that didn't approve. If they reject it again, it's better to just forget about that photo and move on. Start making new and better photos. Keep in mind that you won't be selling a lot right in the beginning. It really takes effort, it takes some time to grow. The first month I made 25 cents. It is ridiculous. But after some time I was making over $800 in a single month. As long as you keep active, as long as you keep improving, you will be making more money. That is important because a lot of people, I see people that ask me and they try to sell their own photos. Sometimes they get discouraged because they don't get too many sales in the beginning. And that's normal. Like my first month was a complete disaster. Like I said, I made 25 cents. And over the next months, I was improving. I was working a little bit every single day. And the earnings really started to grow. So yeah, I reached over $800 in a single month and that went on for quite a while. Of course, later I stopped uploading and then your earnings will slowly decrease, which is normal in anything. Like it's the same thing on YouTube. It will generate less revenue over time. So as long as you keep active, you will retain your income and you can really grow to make a sustainable way to make money online that is also passive. So I really like doing this. I haven't posted anything in the last few years. I still make hundreds of dollars every single month because of the work that I've done a few years ago. So it's really worth it. I recommend for anybody who wants to try. So a lot of people come to me and they ask me how to do it. So I decided to make this video because it might help a lot of people. So why not? And you can sign up using my link in the description on both Shutterstock and Adobe, and also go to microstockgroup.com. It is really helpful if you're starting out. I didn't know anything. Everything that I learned was from microstockgroup.com. And it really helps. There's a lot of veterans and also new people who can learn a lot. So if you search there, there will be answers for questions that you may have. So when you sell photos of people, you need their written authorization. So you can download the form in each of the agency's websites. So you go to Shutterstock, you download that form and you can go to Adobe Stock and download that as well. Each agency will have their own different ones, so you need to do for each agency, and once you have that form filled, you don't need to renew it. So I think selling stock footage and images works quite well for a part-time job. For me, it has been perfect, even though I haven't spent much time on this lately. But if you are an actual photographer, you might be making more money if you work on weddings or some professional work that you can find. You can probably make more money. But for normal people like you and me, I think it works quite well. So if you like this concept, you can give it a try. Just see how it goes. So I hope this video has been helpful. I will be making more videos on selling your photos and how to make more appealing photos for the type of customers that you find on Shutterstock and Adobe Stock. Leave the comments down below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video.